Do you want to buy a motorbike? Well, let me convince you in this video why that is an absolutely fantastic idea and give you a bunch of arguments you can present to your loved ones, family and friends to persuade them that you should definitely do that and maybe they should get one too. So first of all, you've got fuel economy. Most motorbikes are going to return somewhere between 50 and 80 miles per gallon. And if you go for something like a 125, that can even get into the low hundreds, which is just phenomenal when you think about it. And government statistics would indicate that most motorcycles use less than half the petrol that the average UK hatchback uses. So just think about that. That is money back in your pocket. You're going to be filling it up less, and you're going to have more fun riding it than you will driving a car. Two is they're cheaper to buy. This bike behind me cost me just shy of £7,000, which today probably gets you in the car market used Ford Fiesta if you're lucky, and it'll probably have a suspicious smell of raspberry vape in the fabrics and a multitude of issues that the previous owner couldn't be asked to repair. So what you're going to rather drive around or ride around on? A bright yellow Ducati Monster or someone else's clapped out Ford Fiesta. Then there's parking. Parking a motorcycle is so much easier. Most of the time cities, big cities and places have got free motorcycle parking, allocated parking for bikes with ground anchors, various things you can lock and chain your bike to, whereas cars, you're probably looking at a multi-storey car park or on-street parking with limited times. And for every hour it's parked, you're probably costing you about the same as a cost of coffee. So again, sticking with the theme of finances, that's more money back in your pocket to have a motorcycle. The next point is time saving. You ask any motorcyclist that commutes through town, drives through urban environments, having a bike is absolutely fantastic. The second there's any roadworks, traffic, gridlock, anything happens, rush hour traffic, you can just filter through it on a bike. Here in the UK, filtering is legal. Transport for London have even done some research into it, and they've proven that motorcyclists save, on average, 33% of their commuting time over those people stuck in cars. So yeah, jumping on a motorcycle, you can filter through the traffic, cut to the front, and get to your destination sooner. Back on the theme of costs as well, motorcycles are cheaper than cars in every single way. Tax is lower, insurance is lower, maintenance is lower. That's more money back in your pocket. So if you desperately need a mode of transport and you can't be jumping on the public transport all the time, then really do consider getting a motorbike. It's not just financial benefits either. There's a load of lifestyle and health benefits as well that come with having a motorbike. The first one being there's an entire thrill factor. Riding a bike is much more enjoyable than driving a car. So you go out for a drive at a weekend, then yeah, sure, it can be fun if you've got a nice performance car and some nice roads ahead of you. But there's an old saying that driving a car feels like you're watching a movie, but when you ride a bike, it feels like you're in the movie. You're much more engaged with what you're doing. You're part of the bike. You're part of that entire experience. There's nothing else like riding a motorcycle. The biking world is also extremely social. So whether it's just a nod to another biker on the road, whether it's pulling up at a coffee shop and having a chat with a random stranger about a bike, making those friends and making those connections, and then going out on group rides with friends and people you've made friends with in that community, new acquaintances and new friends, and just going out and experiencing the joy of motorcycling just with a whole bunch of new people. And it's often talked about there's a load of mental health benefits for motorcycling as well. And lots of research has been done into this to kind of prove that it is true. You're so connected and concentrating on what's happening in front of you on the bike that everything else just falls away. And what it actually helps you with is when you come back from that ride, you are more focused on the tasks and the important things that you need to be working on. It clears all that noise and makes you really more aware of the moment when you get back and aware of what you need to be doing. It really does. And I find the same with me. When I've been for a ride, I get back and there's just a bit more clarity about what I'm trying to do and where I am and what's important to myself. There's huge mental health benefits to riding. Don't just take my word for it. Go out there and try it. And if you need any more arguments, there's a whole bunch of them as well. So bikes are actually more planet-friendly than cars, sort of. They use less CO2 per mile than the equivalent cars. So obviously that depends on how fast you're riding the bike and how wide open you've got that throttle. But pottering around town and moving around urban environments, then bikes do actually do less harm to the environment than their equivalent counterparts in cars. They also make your midlife crisis look cooler. Like, forget buying that bright red Porsche. You want to go out there and get yourself a motorcycle because it's just a much more enjoyable experience for that midlife crisis. You can go out on adventures, go out on these rides and make every single journey out on that bike just an exciting new adventure for yourself to go on. And if we jump back to the finance side of things as well, resale value of bikes. My God, these things hold their value so much better than cars. Mainly because we're all scared of, well, not all of us, but most of us are scared of riding this sort of thing in the rain, which means we keep the miles off them, which means they hold their value better than their equivalent car counterparts. So hopefully this video has convinced you to go out there and get that bike, get that license, and just get out there on two wheels and enjoy yourself. If you think of any more reasons why people should go out and get a bike, leave them in the comments below so the viewers can find those reasons and make their case. And hopefully we can encourage more people to get out there on two wheels. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Find me on Instagram as well, follow me on there. And hopefully I get to see you all in the next one.